50 Cent's potential revenge on Diddy. Now, we know a documentary is coming out. I believe it is entitled, it's a docuseries. Sean Combs' The Reckoning, if I'm not mistaken. But they say it's out on Screaming, as my cousin would say.
Watched all 4 episodes.
Oh my God, we're going to have to talk to you. But 50 has publicly stated that his involvement is not personal, but rather to address a silence in the hip hop community regarding Diddy's alleged behaviors. So as a successful and influential figure within the same music industry, we know 50 has a unique vantage point, both as a competitor and as a peer.
The exclusive video also shows Combs in Harlem greeting fans.
I need some hand sanitizer. Hold on. I got it. I've been out in the streets amongst the people. Yeah, I gotta take a bath. You know what I'm saying? It's like 150 hugs.
You're a public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
went away.
Got in
the car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. This should show you his character. They consider a pre-existing beef, right? For 20 years, right? It's me being uncomfortable
I was about to say.
with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like he was, like it was like a tester. Like maybe you'll come play with me type of thing, right?
So
Like
he alluded
that.
one to his y'all know where that
Yeah, I
comes
do.
from.
That when you was talking about the beef, I was like, it's all because he wanted to take him shopping.
Exactly. So that's one part. And then obviously you saw the part about him greeting everybody and hand sanitizer and saying, I gotta take a bath.
I'm not mad at that.
50's claim is that speaks to more about his character as an individual, right? That he wants to just go take a bath that fast. That's kind of the angle that he's trying to play.
No, it's just.
But I'm gonna ask you guys a question first, and then we can go from there. But is 50 Cent trolling with this documentary, or does he truly care about Diddy being held accountable?
No,
he doesn't care.
Look, the court. A lot of times we worry about the court of public opinion. Diddy has been held in the actual court, federal court at that. You know, so I don't think that. First of all, when I saw that guy give Diddy the jacket from the wear and take pictures in, that was a tad creepy, because I know if I was in that same position, I would not give Diddy a new Old Head shirt to wear.
I might give it to him.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Give me some. I might give him. Give him one.
I'm good.
Just
I'm
to
good.
see.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I might give him one just to see.
But I don't. I think there's this weird narrative that hip hop doesn't care, and we're not. You know, I don't remember. Other than the game being goofy, like I don't think anybody else has been out here talking about free Diddy or with T-shirts.
Yay.
Okay.
He was
Once
selling Sean
again,
John shirts.
he's mentally unstable.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
and
true.
we'll just pray for him. But like overall, I don't think that hip hop is like, you know, Diddy was just misunderstood, and I'd be so glad that 50 decided to make this, or executive produce rather, he didn't actually make it, this documentary, you know, so it could seem like hip hop actually cares about the abuse that he might have doled out during the course of these years. I think that's a real reach.
What you think, B?
Do I think that 50 is trolling?
Mm-hmm.
Potentially.
Okay.
It's all things that I already believed to be true in the first place. It's just substantial evidence solidifying what I always thought. You know what I mean? You know, it might even give you some insight on some things that you might not have known.
Well, I mean, it's 50 Cent at the end of the day, man. 50 Cent is a master troll. So
True,
two
exactly.
things can be true at the same time. He can be trolling because, I mean, even leading up to this docuseries coming out, he's been jabbing online for months, maybe even a year.
More than that.
You know what I'm saying? So he's been leading up to this docuseries, and people were thinking he was just playing. And then within the last couple of weeks, it was announced that it was dropping on Netflix. They're like, oh, damn, he was serious. But in the midst of all of that, he's still been, you know what I'm saying, doing his little thing, jabbing, and then promote his liquor or whatever he decides he wants to promote. And we already know he don't really rock with Diddy like that. So he might be wanting to give this out to the public to kind of let people know what kind of person Diddy is. But I think to your point, it's not really anything that we didn't know already, other than maybe the footage that might be included in there we haven't seen. But like, I mean, this is 50 Cent at the end of the day. 50 Cent is one of those people, if he has a grudge, he's going to continue to agitate it. Shout out to Fat Joe. I think Fat Joe is the only person that he made amends with.
Oh, yeah.
Like, straight up. Man. Like, when you think about the people that 50 has beef with for years, Fat Joe is the only one that I can say now they're friends. But everybody else, once it's on, it's on.
So what you're telling me is his choice to shoot or be a part of this documentary. Actually, go ahead.
The Mr. Steal Your Girl stuff.
Yeah.
He did it to 50. I think that's why.
Oh, yeah. One of the girls that was included in that court case was 50's baby mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So I feel like the consensus here is that him being a part of this documentary, how does this make him look? Is this par for the course?
This makes him look like 50 Cent.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know,
I'm just asking.
I'm not. You know, this is the same guy who who posted a picture of Diddy riding a bike down the street, and the caption was, there's no seat on that bike. This is who 50 is.
Yeah.
You know, and once he has declared you some sort of enemy or adversary, he is going to take it to the nth degree if that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm going to check out the documentary just in passing. Like I said, at this point, there has been so much information put out there as far as this court case, as far as what Diddy's predilections are in his personal life, the things he's done bad business-wise. At this point, I'm somewhat tired of hearing anything about Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's any redemption for him. I've said that before on this show. It doesn't matter, what he does after he comes out, the party is over. And, this is actually like maybe the third or fourth documentary. If you go through all the streaming services, your Tubies, your Amazon Primes, there have been people putting out documentaries since Puffy got charged. Or I'm sorry, Sean Combs rather. And, this is just the latest one. And, 50's name is tied to it. So there's a lot more validity to it. But, once again, the people like us who know who 50 is as a petty individual, we're like, okay, yeah, this is what he does. He's 50 Cent. And, once the beef doesn't die until one of you does.
Nah.
Well, I don't even, like you said, there's so much stuff that's out there at this point. It's probably just another 4 episodes or whatever.
It's interesting.
But 50 always finds a way to make a very successful business move in whatever he does. Business acumen is crazy. And I don't know what the pie chart would be for actually trying to show, what's going on versus trolling. We 80, 20, 64. I don't know, but I think it's higher on the other side. Just knowing 60, who he's been.
40.
60, 40, you think? Because certain stuff needs to be, talked about.
And also,
in my opinion,
I have to take into account that this sort of thing is a deep dive for people who didn't read every issue of the Source and Vibe magazine back in the day.
Good point.
This is for the people who really had no interest in what Sean Combs was doing until he got, charged with something. So this is more, a deep dive for people who haven't been really an active part of the culture for the last 30 years. Like, I can watch this and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. It's almost like a walk down memory lane a lot of times when I see these things. They're supposed to be exposés or investigations. I was there. It's kind of like when I watched The Last Dance. As much as I enjoyed that documentary, I remember watching Michael Jordan during his rookie year, up until it was The Last Dance. So, for some people, like, this really is watching a history documentary, but I'm talking about, oh, yeah, I remember where I was when Jordan hit that shot. Over old boy in
Byron Russell.
Byron Russell. I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing and how angry my mother was when somebody called her wanting to talk. And my mom was like, I'm watching the game.
Yeah. In the same token, though, I mean, this is a money grab as well. I mean, this is a hot topic. 50 Cent is in place to where he can benefit financially from it.
Smart.
And still look like the same 50 Cent. So, I mean, it's one of them things like, does this make anybody think any different of 50? Nah,
No.
not at all, man. This is par for the course for him, and he's going to continue to do the same thing. I mean, I don't know if y'all remember when Irv died, his condolences were still like on some beef shit.
True. It was.
You know, so this is just who he is at the end of the day, man. I mean, he can put on a suit and do a good interview and make it sound sweet like he's trying to put people on, but at the end of the day, it's all about the bottom line and him getting over and feeding his inner troll. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that it needs to survive.
Though.
Yeah.
The name The Reckoning is very fitting, being the people that he has also being a part of the documentary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, at this point, I mean,
isn't he already damned at this point?
That's what I'm saying. He's already in prison.
He's already had his reckoning.
Yeah.
You know, once again, it's not about being judged by public opinion. You've already been judged by the judge.
Like,
It's too late for that.
Byron, do you think this makes him look even worse than he already did, or does it compound on top of it? Like, or do we even care anymore? Like,
to the average person that doesn't, like, the people that weren't reading the source, you know what I mean? I think it has a little bit more validity coming from 50 than the average person or TMZ or whatever.
I see.
And even the streets, you know what I mean? Like 50, with 50 being behind it, they're going to give it a little bit more credence.
Fair. Okay, that's true.
That adds a little more validity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As opposed to, like, you know, because these other documentaries that I spoke of are kind of like just clips of, I mean, just like they steal stuff from our podcast and turn it into a whole documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is what a lot of these other Diddy documentaries have been. You know, just stuff from MTV over the, you know, this seems to be original footage and a little bit more of a deep dive. But at the same time, I don't think, you know, people are going to be like, oh my goodness, that's so terrible. Now I've turned against Diddy because of it.
Nah.
No, like,
you already turned against
You're done. Like I said, the party's over.
Yeah.
Do you think that if Diddy comes back out here and he gets back on the streets,
be like Tekashi, man. People aren't gonna care.
He's gonna be chilling.
I was about to say, you don't think he could give you another record?
I don't agree with people. I think Tekashi, I agree with Lone on. Don't nobody care. I'm cool with that. I think Diddy, it's gonna be different.
I don't think he wants to give another record, honestly.
I don't believe it.
But what I'm saying with the Tekashi thing is he didn't face any type of repercussions.
He
did.
Yeah.
I
know what you're saying.
I got you.
I don't know if Diddy wants to do another record. I mean, he actually, the one that he did before he got in trouble,
it was Heat.
I ain't gonna lie to you. It was a good album.
I mean, I love Gotta Move On. I played that every week.
So I mean, he might want to jump back out here and do something, or he might just want to remain behind the scenes.
This is the thing.
Now that right there is where we'll see what perception really is and how it works. If he starts to put music back out.
Even if you take, you know, because like I said, I do believe he was overcharged. You know, I can believe someone is wrong and still think that, hey, you know, the way it went down in the system was incorrect, or it was, it's not just, if you will, you know, and the fact that, like, what he was convicted of and he's still sitting in prison, not being able to make bail on appeal, I think that's wrong.
Yeah, they're making an example out of him at the end of the day.
You know, there's still the videotape of him beating Cassie.
That's the one.
But that wasn't even a part of the case.
It's not about that though.
But that's the part of me that wants to say, hey man, the party's over.
Yeah.
You know, there's no explaining why you were kicking this woman while she was in the fetal position.
But again, this is where society is at, because it might be over to, you know what I'm saying, the public eye, but at the end of the day, this is Sean Diddy Combs. He's still a rich man that when he gets back out here on these streets, he's going to be able to have his way. Not like that, obviously. But
good job. A good job.
Not like that, but he's going to be able to shake and move how he wants to. He's still a celebrity at the end of the day.
He right. I mean, he right though. he's right.
Do you honestly think?
Yeah.
Do you honestly think? Okay, say he gets out here and he wants to have, and he decides he wants to do the welcome home Diddy yacht party.
I bet you
people gonna pop out.
How many? You really think they're going to be some celebrities?
Rick
Like,
Ross will be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be some people.
It's gonna be some people that's gonna pull up.
I say absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think he could have these same type of parties that he was having before, and they could be public now, and people will go and sign up.
Everybody get a little bottle of baby oil just to be in on the joke.
Yep, exactly.
Hey,
I think that's exactly where we are as a society.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Long.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
could easily.
I want to be like, oh man, that's. But then again, people voted for Donald Trump 3 times.
Come on, man. And
So-
the things that he said that he's been convicted of, and things that he's been caught saying, hey, he's just Diddy with a presidential seal.
And two,
Ooh, that's
another piece of this too, which goes to, do we believe in rehabilitation?
Yes,
You got to, man. I mean, because everybody obviously is not going to be rehabilitated, but you can't just say that just because somebody was on some bullshit and they went to jail, that their time served didn't allow them to become a better person. I'm not one of those people that thinks like that. And then the justice system is built on you pretty much paying your due to society, and after that, you're supposed to be free and clear.
Supposed to. If we buy into this, right?
Exactly.
The idea of you go to prison, you get out, you're supposed to be you
paid your debt to society.
Paid your debt, right?
Yeah.
Based upon a judge of your peers.
Yeah.
Right.
it's a new person that's coming out. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we all believe that people are
truly.
No, I don't. No,
everybody
Byron
ain't
talked
new.
about his uncle last week. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Everybody ain't new when they come out, but I mean, there are people that have changed their ways. Like there's actually another documentary on Netflix about a dude that rapped. He got in prison for killing somebody at the age of 15, and I think he did like 15 years or something. He pretty much grew up in prison, but he wrote songs and things of that nature and became a musician in prison, and is now advocating pretty much about how that's not right to be out here, and you're a kid and you know what I'm saying, you're easily influenced.
Right.
He's on that movement now, trying to hip kids that you shouldn't do that. I lost my whole childhood because I was trying to appease some cats I was growing up with. You know what I'm saying?
I get
Crazy,
that. I mean, but also because I saw a little piece of that. They were talking about online, but it's like, hey, this kid was 15. His brain, his frontal lobe had not fully been developed by the time they were going to hand down this harsh punishment. And who you are at 15, regardless of your status as being incarcerated or not, is a lot different than who you are at 30. Diddy was a fully formed adult when he was doing all this goofy shit,
man.
So I mean, I know there's a part of me and how I was raised that says, hey, you should forgive the sinner. But like I said, if I get an invitation in the mail, I'm not going.
I think also too, he wasn't convicted on everything that we believe that he was guilty of.
Right.
And so he's not really paying restitution for everything that he allegedly has done. And I think that also goes into how some of us will view Diddy when he gets out.
Yeah,
well, I mean, because you don't go to jail for being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, if that's what it was supposed to be, then he deserves all the time he has right now. But what he was
I know a lot of pieces of shit though.
Yeah,
and they had to go to jail.
Yeah, but what he was convicted of, what happened in the space of the courtroom and was delivered to him by those 12 jurors. Okay, he was out here, buying sex on the street.
I know people that do that.
Yeah.
And
see, that's what I'm saying. Everything that we're talking about that he's guilty.
Exactly. And so but if you believe in your heart he really did blow up Kid Cudi's car, and you think he should have a certain amount of time added on for how he beat Cassie, okay, then I can understand where your mindset is with that, but that's not what happened in the court of law.
Sure.
So, I mean, I think a lot of people, it's been a snowball effect, like the fact that he was such a paperwork gangster and owned so much of Biggs Publishing, and he's got all this stuff in his mom's name, and like everybody who worked for him has wound up in a bad way.
All that goes into
all that goes
Big Red Records.
All that goes into
hours.
How people feel about Diddy and what he deserves, and the punishment he deserves. but those are not the things he's been convicted of.
Yep.
Like I said, I'm not caping for Diddy. It almost sounds like I am, but a lot of times, especially in spaces where there's celebrity, we're like, okay, well, they deserve that because of how I feel and what I feel like they've done, even though they weren't like I said, you can't, like with the Bill Cosby thing, it was messed up what he did to all those women. And I don't believe all of them, but I would believe enough of them to where I know he's wrong.
Yep.
But at the same time, what happened in the courtroom and the things he was actually convicted of, and how he was convicted and how things were supposed to be sealed off, but somebody had a vendetta against another political opponent, and then they unsealed him out of spite. Like, Bill Cosby should have never gone to jail.
That's true.
So, like I said, I know it's complicated. There's so many nuances to it, but I'm just saying that a lot of the way we feel about Puff Daddy, certain people, there's some people who are like Free Puff, like Kanye West, but the nuances of it are such that a lot of us, because we don't like the things we've seen Puffy do over the past 30, 35 years, we feel like, yeah, him. He deserves to be in Fort Dix of all places. We don't feel sorry. We don't feel sorry for him, even though he was only convicted of basically buying some random sex for his girlfriend in the midnight hour.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us feel bad for him.
I didn't say, like I said, I don't feel bad for him.
No, I know. I'm just clarifying. That's
because once he gets out, he's still rich. You know what I'm saying?
Terry is
he's still rich, and he still has. He may not have the same connects, but he still has connects, and he can still, you know what I'm saying, move around it, even in the business world like he wants to. He can start doing things just for his sons. You know what I'm saying? He can. All right, I'm gonna focus on their careers. One of them is pretty much Diddy Jr. as far as how he looks
out here cosplaying Diddy.
Yeah, and then Quincy, who is Al B. Sure's son, calls Diddy
Daddy. Yeah,
you know, I mean,
he still got his the younger girls.
He has like 10 kids. Girls. He's got 3 girls and 3 boys, I believe. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he's still gonna be able to get out here and do what he wants to do. And again, whether he makes music again or not, he's still going to be able to be Sean Combs at the end of the day. I don't see anything changing.
I want to see, and we can wrap it up here, but I want to see who associates themselves with him once this release happens. That's what I want to sit back and watch. Man, I want to see because it's going to be people we may have thought, yeah, I didn't think he would do it, but then there's going to be a lot of people where I'm like, I can see him.
I don't think we put too much pressure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we put too much pressure, or we put too many eyes on who's going to do it in the black community, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Trump just pardoned a drug dealer, a big time Colombian drug dealer or Venezuelan. What was it that he just?
Yeah, I don't remember. Hey, he pardoned a drug dealer.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that was pretty much like, I'm gonna go to North America and pretty much get them all off of drugs, type shit. He pardoned him. And I mean, obviously, we talk shit about Trump, but he's the ruler of the country. You know what I'm saying? We talking about what's gonna happen when Diddy gets out and who's gonna be his friends. So he still has friends. We don't know his friends. We just know the celebrities that I'm gonna distance myself because it's gonna affect my celebrity. There's a whole lot of people that's still rocking with him. Man.
Yeah. His commissary is fat.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Ross is definitely taken good care of.
You keep going back to.
Hey, they were boyfriends.
Hey.
Oh man. All right, man. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna have to watch it and I guess
that's not in a documentary.
Formulate my own.
He's like, just put that on the new Old Heads.
Yeah, that's just my belief.
Yeah. Okay, no, just put that on Brother to the Night.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
he had that Bugatti Boys mixtape. It was some suspect stuff Ross said a couple times in there.
Hey, man.
To let me know he was in them freak offs.
Damn.